lifestyle's been freezing cold like the diamonds in they chain, no lab-grown stones. JimmyBoi, you been ballin', sit on the throne. Ain't never sold shit, clone, get your ass on. That bullshit is for the rodeo, it don't belong. Blowing on that donut beat pack from the biggest bone. From K-Town to H-Town, they hold it down. Internationally respected, you see the crowns. Dust Brothers and Theme Kings, we all hustlers. Been ballin' like JimmyBoi was feeding customers. Cold as ice, the block coming cop from us. Realest podcast in the world that can't fuck with us. This lifestyle we live, man, it's cold as ice. We took a chance to fall, now we set the price. This lifestyle we live, man, it's cold as ice. We took a chance to ball, now we setting the price. Let's get it.
Yo, what up, y'all? Welcome to the world famous Cold as Ice podcast, coming to you live from Hollywood and Houston. Yo, I am one of your co-hosts, Ben Baller, aka the Wash Lord, aka Back Nine Ben, aka the Korean John Daly. On the other side, down south, we got my guy.
Y'all already know what it is, man. It's Jimmy the Gent, a.k.a. JimmyBoi, a.k.a. you so mad because your girl likes me and not you. Live from the H-Town, baby, where we check a hoe Texas.
Jesus Christ. This show is brought to you by none other than the 8-time podcast producers of the year. That would be the Dust Brothers. That would be Miles Davis and Jordan Winter.
Yep.
Original music by Illegal Kartel. Guys, this is, I believe, episode 17. But before we even begin talking about anything, I got to give a warm blessings and welcome. Miles Davis, a.k.a. one half of the Dust Brothers, just welcomed his first child into the universe. Applause, please? Miles, man.
Congratulations, big dog. Woo!
For those of you who know Miles, they have been trying for a child for a while. Baby came a little early. It is a fucking blessing, Miles. I love you, bro. This is going to change your life forever. And you got a daughter, man. It's just fucking crazy. This shit is nuts, man, because man, you know. It's like Jimmy's lucky he got both. I got both. It's something special, man. The daughter is a different type of thing when when that enters your world, man. You know, everything stops. Anyways, guys, welcome to another episode of Cold as Ice. Jimmy, where the fuck were you last week? Real shit, bro. Bro,
I told you I was in Turks. You know, I had lost my phone. I misplaced my phone. Couldn't really get to my stuff. Missed my flight.
What's that got to do with you missing? I mean, so fuck your phone, bro. Get a new phone and it backed up through iCloud.
Why couldn't you? I had my stuff on there and everything I needed, and you know what I'm saying? I just got caught up with time and everything and missed my flight. I was supposed to fly straight to LA, remember? You know what I'm saying? And got a little carried away.
Bro, Rene is your boy, dog.
I know.
And it ended up being a huge show.
Brother.
It was our best show, but he was like, the fuck, where Jimmy at, dog? We had the cameras set up. We had 4 cameras. We had we had lighting like it was ABC Studios in this bitch, bro. Like, what the fuck?
I love it. It was amazing, bro. Like, it was a lot of hate coming from you, but I still loved it, bro. It was amazing, man. And I can't miss it again, I promise you. I didn't want to, I promise you. If you would have just sent me to PJ, I would have made there, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, we still on a budget right now, so, you know, we just got to do what it do right now, you know what I'm saying? But I'm glad it came out good. It was beautiful. I loved it. And you know what I mean? We got to just bring it back one day, you know what I mean? We got to bring it back.
All right, dog. All right, man. Let's get right the fuck into it. Why don't we start off with one of your little things here? I see you got some notes here. Mm-hmm. And why don't we start off with what you got to say? So what's the topic of the day right now?
Man, one of the topics I kind of want to bring up, I had a conversation with somebody that is like a client of mine, but, you know, we kind of like our friends too. And, you know, he's kind of going through some stuff, and we kind of like just got on the topic of talking about helping people, should we not, or things like that. And I kind of like was talking to him, and it got into the thing of, you know, the power of saying no. You know, like just saying no, learning to say no. Like, I feel like that's probably one of the hardest things that, you know, people with good hearts or big hearts and kind hearts do. And it's hard to do because if we're able to, we would love to, you know, without even thinking sometimes if we have the capacity to do it. And, you know, in the middle of me talking to him, we're typing back and forth, and it's crazy because sometimes while I'm typing, I'm not even thinking. It's like when I used to do music, I freestyle, and I look back and I just realized like, yo, I'm pretty much preaching to myself and telling myself things, you know what I mean? Because it's like I said this thing where it's like, you got to start understanding it's okay to say no, you know what I mean? Because if you don't say no to them, sometimes you might end up being saying the no to yourself. That means like,
bro, I did an entire episode of saying no, bro. Like, you got to say no. The fuck is wrong with you, bro? Like,
yeah,
you want to like you or
it's,
something? What's going on?
I think it's not even the like thing, you know what I mean? Like, I was just talking to my therapist today, and she taught me this word, bro, called survivor's remorse. And you know, like,
yeah, I've been to
the craziest part of it all. Like, for some people that don't know what survivor's remorse is that when you survive through a situation, like you know, you come out on top of a situation. You get caught up in yourself, you know, trying to help others and wanting others to have the same thing or the same opportunities that you got to get you where you need to go because you want that for them. And you get caught up in that, man, and you want to do so much and you could do things for people, but if they can't do for themselves, man, you know, like we were just talking about that, me and my therapist, like, you know, a lot of people, they fumble the ball, man. You know what I'm saying? And they fuck that shit up themselves. And there's nothing you can do no matter what you do. You can give them all the avenues that you got and everything that you got for it, and they'll still fuck that shit up, man. That's just what it is.
I mean, they say you can fucking bring someone to a lake, but they can't drink water. You know what I mean? So it's like you can't teach them you can't force them to drink the water. I mean, it is what it is, bro. I mean, you know, I
feel like that's my biggest problem, bro. I feel like it's just like, as much as all these years, I've been doing my thing and stuff like that, and I've been out there. It's, I guess, one of the biggest, hardest things that I've either, I don't know if it's I'm accepting or I'm trying to accept, is that like, yo, like I don't know, bro. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, it's hard, bro. It's hard to accept, or it's hard to just be like, like fuck it or whatever, man.
People don't realize is that I think that people actually, because they don't know you in person, and you come off as this hard dude, and you are a G, but you're also a really nice little soft teddy bear, and I mean that in the most possible way possible. I'm not gonna say pause. I'm gonna tell you just a soft dude. You know what I mean? Like, you a good-hearted dude, and I think that dog, I got toughen you up, bro. Do you ever see the movie? You saw Goodfellas, right?
Yeah.
Remember the motherfucker when Henry Hill was young? He's working in front of the deli, and the dude got shot. He goes, someone shot me, and he goes, don't fucking bring this guy in the store. Don't bring this guy in the store. And he said, you wasted fucking 8 fucking aprons on this fucking guy. He didn't want to have anybody die in front of the deli. It's bad for business. Like, you Henry Hill at that age, bro.
It's just like, bro, it's just like, I be feeling like, like, man, like, you know me for a long time, bro. You know me when I was really just in the streets, bro. Like, really ain't really had nothing but just street money and shit like that, bro. Like, I never just thought I'd be where I am, bro, or be where I'm at. So it's like, I'd be scared, like, in my mind, it's like, oh, you start, like when someone messages me and well, if I end up reading it and I don't reply, I'm feeling like, yo, I'm being disrespectful, I'm being rude, like God is gonna punish me type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just something
bro,
like my therapist
scary,
said, bro. I'm something I'm working on. You know what I mean? So I'm working on
scary,
it,
bro.
I'm working on it.
Nah, bro,
I'm a fucking asshole.
You acting fucking weird, bro.
Jimmy the Gent. I gotta practice what I preach. If y'all know who Jimmy the Gent is, then y'all know who it is.
You fucking weird, bro. I saw you post something here. It says, playing both sides. You know what I'm saying? Keep people who play both sides out your way. What you mean about that, bro?
Back when I was growing up, and I'm sure you were growing up, Ben, like, what the word opportunist means totally different than what it means now, And back in the day, I feel like as an opportunist is like, when you see an opportunity to come and you feel like it's, what's worth it or what's for you, then you go for it. And nowadays it's like, opportunists are people that are going to jump at every chance, any chance they get, whether it means selling their soul or making themselves, no matter what it looks like, because they have no pride or no morals or no principles. So, I posted that because it's just like, I've learned through experience, you know what I'm saying, that I had a lot of people close to me. And there was a time where I was just like, you know what? I ain't tripping. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I'm close to you and you choose not to like side with me when it comes to situations with other people, and I ain't gonna trip, you know, like I ain't gonna make somebody change the way they think or whatever like that. You know what I mean? Like I had situations where, you know, people close to me witness things that happen to me from people. And they wouldn't pick a side. And you know what I'm saying? Like now I look at it, it was like, fuck that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to pick a side. At the end of the day, it's like, if you okay with somebody fucking me over and you talking about you and me family, then shit, that means you okay with me getting fucked over again. And I definitely don't fucking need you around me if that's the type of shit that you want. If you sat there and saw somebody
in that specific
talk
case,
bad about me or do me wrong, like even on some real shit, bro, and I just want to address this, like, bro, like on some real shit, like you show me a lot of shit and I appreciate you, like in situations like, you know, when people try to come up to you and say some shit about me, you just let them know, like, yo, I'm just letting you know that's my dog before you even say anything. And that's the realest shit, you know what I'm saying, bro? And like, you and me ain't even been, like, we ain't even been in the streets, like, bleeding together and going front line against motherfuckers risking our lives together, bro. And it's like, how the fuck these other people that did all that and shed blood with me, you should feel the same fucking way, bro. You know what I mean? If somebody okay sitting there talking about me to you, what makes them so comfortable talking about me to you? And that's just that, man. If you ain't on that shit, then you need to fucking keep it stepping and keep living that little life you living, because I'm learning more each day, man. The people that's up top, it's like, that's what it is, man. It's either one way or another.
I mean, when you hang out with people, you know, play golf, man. You know, you playing golf is 4 or 5 hours, could be up to 6 hours sometimes, right? 4 or 5 hours of golf, you hanging out with somebody in a cart, you walking with them, whatever. And you got one person who just decides to talk shit about someone else. And then, you know, you have to assume that this person, when they was someone else, they talking about you that way. You can decipher between the two. But look, I say this, man. A friend to everyone is a friend to nobody. You know? And like, it's not like the situation with fucking Kendrick and Drake, even though I am personally friends with Drake. It's like, I made a public statement about it. I said, that's my dog, his business. He uses other jewelers. He's working with Jason right now. I don't give a fuck. But as far as the shit here, like, you know, like, I ain't go out and dish you. I ain't got to choose a side about nothing. I think people kind of know where I'm at, but this is LA. So it's like it was a real catch-22 with that situation. But yeah, dog, one thing, man, bro, you do got to learn how to say no a little better. Number two, I mean, dog, you know, man, you know, I'm not really cool with people who just want to be buddy-buddy and want to be liked. You know, my ex, she was afraid of people not liking her. I've never been afraid of someone not liking me. You know, I got to be unfiltered and be myself, right? If anything, I'll try to filter myself down a little bit, not for them to like me or not for them to not like me, but for them to kind of just be like, all right, well, shit, you know, I might be too much for people. And I understand that, but I'm not trying to be a friend either. I'm just trying to make the situation a little more calmer. Mm-hmm. That's all. You know, how you feel about, you know, people sometimes be like, yo, man, you don't rep Asians enough. You don't do certain things. And like, I'm sorry, Jimmy, I rarely see you with non-Asians. I only see you with Asian people.
You know, the funny part of it all is like, even when I used to like do rap, like when I used to do music, right? When I was rapping and stuff, I would hear like people say like, oh, he don't rap for the Asians. He don't rap about being Asians and things like that. And it's funny because the only people that would say that were Asians, you know what I'm saying? And I looked at it like, you know, why do I have to, you don't see 50 Cent rapping about being black or things like that, you know what I'm saying? You don't hear, you know.
I mean, he is black, so it's like, what are you gonna do?
Exactly.
You know
so
what I mean?
You know what I mean?
Like,
so what I'm trying to say is just like, if you look at me, you know what the fuck I am. And I feel like,
yeah,
even what I did in the music business when I was there, what's the word I'm looking for? Like what I did when I was in the music business, ain't no other Asian person that did. You know what I'm saying? Like people heard me before they even seen me, and most of them had to accept me before they even did that. So once they realized that I was Asian, it was too late. You know what I mean? I was able to break barriers and really take it to a different level than anybody else did at the time. So with me, it's like, when you say you rep for your people or whatever it is your people is it repping by talking about it or really doing something about it? You know what I mean? And that's what it comes down to. You know what I mean? I was able to do it in that way. I don't worry about none of that.
No, what, you don't
because
really
at
be
the
worried
end of
about
the day, oh, I don't be worried about what people saying. Talking about I don't rep for this or that, because you know what? If we lay the facts down about what you doing or what I'm doing, you ain't even seeing me, baby boy. So keep sucking on that nipple, and let me keep going on this drizzle.
Look,
the Rizzo
man,
way.
For everyone that's listening, everyone that's watching, let me say this: whether you Asian, whether you fucking Mexican, whether you black, whatever the fuck it may be, okay, whether you have a big platform or not, if you don't represent something that's bigger than yourself at least one time in your career or in your lifetime, then you're just wasting time and space. You're not pushing the needle forward. Period.
Yeah.
Okay, like I rep for Koreans. Even if my circle don't have any Koreans in it, it does. But I'm saying, like, I rep regardless. Like Jimmy said, 50 Cent is black, he's Vietnamese, whatever it is, I'm Asian. So whatever I'm fucking doing, I'm repping for us, period. And I'm putting people in. And it's kind of like when people, I don't talk about the fact that 95% of the fucking workers at IF & Co are fucking Korean. 98%, right? It's a Mexican and Salvadorian, but it's like, you get what I'm saying? Like,
the way I look at it,
I don't have to have my day.
If you got time to talk about what the fuck you doing, you ain't fucking really doing shit, bro. It's simple as that. You know what I mean? Like,
no, I mean, don't say it like that, bro. Don't say it like that,
man. Because I look at it like this, bro. Most of these motherfuckers that might even be saying that I don't fucking do it for the Asians, I bet they can't even speak their language as fluent as I can in my language. Y'all motherfuckers don't know nothing about culture. Y'all don't know, man. Stop with the cap. That's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, to me, it's just like, I'm just, you know, I'm getting a little heated, man. You know what I'm saying? I never knew, you know, girls can make guys so mad. You know what I mean? But what were you saying? Go ahead, bro. My bad.
Oh, I get what you're saying. There's a little subliminal thing going on right now, and I get it, and it's funny, and it's weird, and it's fucking, it's again lame, dog. I think jealousy, like, dog. I don't think I've actually said this on this show yet. But you realize over half the men in prison, sitting in a in a penitentiary, in a supermax, in county, where the fuck they sitting at, over half the men in jail are in jail because of a girl or because they was hustling to get money to impress a girl. That's real shit.
That's the realest shit, bro.
Right.
Realest shit.
I got a question for you, Jimmy.
What's up?
I've been wanting to ask you this for a while. Dog. Would you sleep with the girl who is fine as fuck? Y'all vibing. You guys are on the up and up. The stars are aligned to a certain extent. You know what I mean? You know, she bad as hell, but she married. And you didn't find out she's married until like after like y'all really vibing.
Man, bro. Like, see, like I had my answer until you said that last part. I didn't find out until after we vibing. If I had to give you a straight answer, I'd say no. And the reason
hold
why.
on. Let me paint the picture first before you answer. Okay. Let me paint the picture a little better. You meet a chick online. She cute. She liking your pictures. You like her pictures. You leaving comments. It's as if, you know, everything on the up and up. Ain't no issues, nothing. And then she's like, hey, I'm coming to Houston, Jimmy. You want to go get dinner? Yeah, I go get dinner. You chilling, you vibing. After dinner, you didn't feel like going to the bar, but you guys are in like a cool little area. You decided to get some boba or something. You guys are chilling here, kicking it. And then you guys are sitting in the car talking for like an hour or two. And then y'all kind of make out a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Little fluids are exchanged through the mouth. Bruh. You guys are, you know. And then, you know, the date ends. You drop her off back at the hotel. You ain't trying to go up here or whatever. And then the next date's 2 days later. She's still in your city. And she's like, I gotta tell you something. I'm married. Now, with or without kids, you know what? Let's just say without kids. All right. What would you do on that second date?
Bro, you got you got this shit detailed to a T. You know that, bro? Like, you got this shit all figured out. Like, God, bro, like you make it so hard to answer that way, bro. It's like,
answer the fucking question, you fat motherfucker.
Off the top of my head, I'd say no, bro. I would honestly say no, man, because it's just like, bro, like, to be real with you, like I'm at a place in my life, bro. I've worked very hard. Like I said, like, even thinking the way I think of, you know, not wanting to be rude to people or whatever. I feel like I worked very hard to be where I am. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, I don't want to give myself up just to anybody. I don't want to have every bitch around talking about they slept with me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't get out like that. So to me, it's just like, if you go lie to me like that, bro, like that shit, I can't do it. And I ain't trying to deal with that drama. Yeah, and I don't want to deal with that drama, bro. My cousin, bro, I got my cousins, you know, basically doing life in prison, bro. You know, basically over a girl, bro. You know what I mean? Murked the dude. Basically, long story short, it was over a girl, bro. You know what I mean? So it's like, I seen what he went through and everything, and I that's something I'm just not fixing to have to deal with, bro. Because there are a lot of dudes out here. They feel like there's only one woman for them, and they be in love, bro. So I might as well just pump the brakes and just step back, man, and not even deal with that. I ain't just gonna throw the D around to anybody.
So,
you know what I mean?
Look, man, if it's thrown back at me, no. If we'd had already kissed, I'd almost be at the point where, look, you're gonna have to tell your man that you went on a date and you was being weird, because I'd rather have my conscience beyond clear. I need the plate cleared.
Yeah.
I couldn't do it. Like, it's too many women out there. Whether you meet one a day, one every month, once a year, they're out there. I'm not looking for nothing, you know. Personally, I couldn't live with myself. It's weird shit. I think there are a lot of dudes out there who have tried to talk to my ex, and she never entertained it, and not that I even cared and I knew it. That's just the way she was. And talking is a whole different thing. She wouldn't even go to that thing, right? She was very, very adamant about, about her not being unavailable, certain shit, whatever. Me, for what I do in my life, I would never just go solicit a civilian in certain shit, right? If there was a girl who's famous, like the most famous girl in the Philippines or the most famous girl in Japan, or a huge rapper, it could be fucking Kehlani, who now is lesbian, doesn't matter. I'm just saying, like, I have zero intention. But sometimes, again, like we said earlier, some girls think that you like their picture and that's shooting your shot. It's absolutely not. But yeah, I was just curious. There's men out there, just so you know, like, would you sleep with a girl that's bad as fuck, whatever, boom. You young and you want to fuck up your whole shit and start up having drama and have that come back to you. I did an interview today with Vlad TV. We did 2 hours and change. And every question that was thrown at me was almost clickbait of anything that was like trouble. And I was like, oh, I do see why people say that you the feds and trying to get people in trouble. But he's just doing his job. I'm not defending him. It is what it is, and it makes for clicks and views. That's fine. But you don't want any kind of shit hitting your conscience, and the comeback is nasty work, So look, guys out there,
especially like for me, the way I look at it, the way I live my life, bro. I be out here, I be riding around by myself. I be with my kids all the time. The last thing I need to be doing is doing or making moves that could put my kids in danger or put me in danger when I'm out here just thinking everything's all good. I feel like a lot of people, that's their issue. Like, they thinking about life without consequences. But every action, there's a reaction.
Nah, bro. If you end up fucking with the chick, if you was fucking with a chick, they would definitely come back and maybe, you never know. Life is crazy like that.
No, I'm gonna tell you straight up. I'll be real with you. I've had situations where I met girls, bro, and talked to them, and later on I find out like their ex was like a big fan of mine or somebody that followed me and all this stuff, and they was really on some get back shit with they man, you know what I mean? And it's like, that's crazy, bro. And it's like, they probably did that so they can come back and throw it in their face. Like, nah, bro, like, I can't do all that, man.
Yeah.
I've been through a couple of them when I find out, like, damn, like, y'all really messy as fuck, man. Like, y'all really did all that. Like, I was thinking this girl really into me. Nah, you was really trying to get into me because you want to get back at your ex, bro.
Yeah, no.
And
like I said, the world's a funny place, man. You can be on some, like, not hold the door in the elevator for somebody, and then you end up going to a meeting, end up finding out that motherfucker is the president of the company you're trying to work with's fucking son, or fucking, who knows? You never fucking know. Let's change the subject. I just got back from New York, right? I was out there, and I've come to the conclusion, Jimmy, that I've been going to New York for 30 years now, okay? Like, traveling as an adult out there for 30 years. And there was a moment where I really did love New York. I've never hated New York.
Mm-hmm.
But this last trip, I had a great time working. But I really realized, like, dog, New York is just not for me. I could never live there. I don't think I'd ever want to be there for more than 3 or 4 days again, even though I got to go back and film. But like, real spit, man. I just was thinking about that. How do you feel about New York? Could you live there?
I couldn't. I really couldn't. Like, coming from down south, you know, we so used to having land, backyards, front yards. Like, when there was a time where I even thought about even getting a place out there, I was like maybe getting out to Jersey and things, but I couldn't do it. It's not my. It's too loud and too fast paced for me in that way. You know what I mean?
Fast paced, I don't tripping on. It's just everyone's in your face. You have to. You're forced to deal with each other. So being on the plane, I read this little news thing. They're like showing all these news article clips that were like big in like the last month or in the last few weeks. And I read this shit, and I just want you tell me what you think about this, bro. Okay. So I'm on the plane. I'm looking at like 5 news flash things that have happened in the past in the world, and of course there's politics, there's all this other bullshit that I'm gonna get into. Have you heard of the soda Starry? Just kind of popped up in the last year.
Yeah,
it's a competitor to Sprite. You've seen it, right? Starry.
Yeah, it's crazy because I would notice it, and I brought this up the other day to a friend of mine, and I'm like, I don't know if it's Sprite that's either trying to change it up or what, but I'm like, yo, where did this come from? It's like a bootlegged Sprite or what is it? You know what I mean? It's crazy.
Well, look, last year, Kaya was like, Daddy, I like Starry, whatever. I was like, what the fuck's Starry? And I didn't care too much to pay attention to it, but there's definitely much more lemony to it. It's not like Sprite. Mm-hmm. I don't know what that shit would have tasted like with drink, but we won't go there. But I read this fucking article, and Sierra Mist lost their trademark for fucking Sierra Mist. Now think about this. You're a $1 billion corporation, okay? Pepsi's a $1 billion corporation, right? Do you own any websites? Have you ever owned a website? Have you ever owned Live to Hustle or L2H? Or have you ever owned a domain? You have, right?
Yeah, definitely.
You have an auto pay. You have a credit card that guarantees every year that's just going to get renewed so no one can go buy your website. Like, the funny thing is, I own bbdtc.com, okay? But like when I owned benballer.com, one of the dumbest things I ever did was let it go. Now motherfuckers want 25 bands for it, and they wouldn't even let it go for anything less than that. Yep. And if it was a few G's, I would have bought it just to have it for email purposes. Yep. You know what I'm saying? Like, me at benballer.com, whatever the fuck it may be, have emails, whatever, just have the domain.
Exactly.
Now, think about having a trademark, and I think a trademark expires 10, 15 years, whatever it is, maybe 30 years. Bro, Pepsi didn't auto-renew their trademark. So this girl ended up buying the fucking trademark for Sierra Mist, okay? I don't know how crazy this shit is. So they sent the girl a cease and desist letter. And she said, here's the letter. Psh, psh. Ripped it up, said, go fuck yourself, right? Yeah. So then Pepsi offered the girl $10 million to give back the trademark for Sierra Mist. And she refused. Now, they had to fucking change the name to fucking Starry, but like Sierra Mist has been around since I was a little kid, or since I was like at least a teenager. Okay, so it was around for a long time. So I'm assuming maybe it was 30 plus years, whatever it was. But they offered her 10 M's, and they decided to rebrand it to Starry. Now, my question to you is, if you were the girl, would you have taken 10 M's?
If I was myself, if I was me right now, I'd take it. I asked myself, who this girl really is. You know what I mean? Is she a girl that comes from money, and this is what she do for a living? She was trying to, extort them for more, whatever it is. I hope she rich as fuck, because I'm sure she's punching the air for the rest of her fucking life, thinking that she won't get more than 10 million for that trademark.
There's 2 things. I would have tried to get 15 and meet at 12, right? Or 12.5 million, whatever. But now on the other hand, for Pepsi to have to rebrand the entire fucking drink, that's crazy, because now it's a legacy that you don't own. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't even fucking go do the thing. So it's stupid in a way too, on both ends. And now they already launched the Starry thing because they just moved on and said fuck it. But yeah, I was just wondering what you thought about that. If I was the girl, I would have fucking took the 10 M's. Like, you fucking tripping.
That real quick, do what I had to do.
Have you ever been big on award shows? Whether it be, and look, I'm not talking about the Academy Awards. I'm not talking about the Grammys. I'm not talking about the Emmys or the Golden Globes. I'm talking about the Billboard Awards, the American Music Awards, Ozone Awards, which was in Houston, right?
Florida.
But what was that girl's name from Ozone? What was the girl from Ozone? Julia?
Yeah, Julia Beverly.
It was Julia, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Julia. What else was there? The BET Awards have been around
MTV
forever, and I
Music
respect
Awards.
BET. You know, I've worked with them. She's like that. But I'm saying, like, did you watch the BET Awards just a couple days ago?
I saw clips of it. You know what I mean? I didn't watch the whole thing. I saw parts of it.
Okay, so do you know who Keith Lee is?
I've heard of him.
So Keith Lee is probably the biggest food reviewer on social media. Well, he's 100% the biggest black food reviewer on social media, on TikTok and on social media. He's gained a lot of fame. He's done a lot of good for restaurants. He has donated, I want to say maybe millions of dollars to charity and things like that. He's helped restaurants tremendously. They call it the Keith Lee effect. He'll show up to a restaurant and there'll be a line of hundreds, if not thousands of people waiting to go to this restaurant. He could change your business, but like, you know, your food has to be good. And the thing is, there's a lot of places out there that are really good, but there's a few things, like there's gatekeeping, there's this. He tore Atlanta apart, tore up their customer service. And the thing with Keith Lee is his whole thing is, I don't want to be treated like a celebrity. I want to be treated like anybody else. I don't want to get my food any faster. I want to get my thing. But he's so famous that people will do anything. And what he does is he has his sister or he has somebody else call and order food. He picks it up and reviews it in the car. Okay. Now, personally, he's reviewed a few places in Los Angeles, and I don't think they were the best places that, you know, or as good as the things he does. He'll be like, I'll give this an 8.7. I'll give this and this and whatever. And on top of that, you know what really irks me, bro? And I try my hardest not to. It's just such a big thing that I guess sneaker culture is so popular. Everyone says they're a sneakerhead. But if you don't know 25 names, and now mind you, these are names between 60-year-old people down to 20-year-old people, right? So if you know at least 25 of these people in that group of people, when you think of sneakerheads, one of those people in that 25 is going to know all the major people. So if you say Sean Witherspoon, if you say a guy from Cool Kicks, if you say Benjamin Kicks, if you say somebody, one of those guys are all going to know who the fuck I am. Do you understand what I'm saying? So it just drives me crazy. He's like, oh yeah, I love Kicks and this, and I got this, or I have Supreme, and it's just like, fuck, man. And I don't even know how to describe it. It's just like, you know, when you see people, they're wearing something and they don't know, and people might not know me, or they only know me from jewelry. They don't know where my start came from and what, you know, got me to where I'm at today. Yeah. So anyways, he's like, you know, he's big on kicks, and, you know, he tries to be fly, and then he's a ex-MMA fighter, so that means he's a badass so he can fight. So he has like, he's checking off all the boxes, you feel me? And he's a God-fearing, very religious Christian man. So he's always talking about God is good, God this, you know, God is lovely, God is this, and whatever. Something kind of irked me about dude. And I actually messaged us, hey bro, you doing the Lord's work out here, bro. You really are a real, you know, you're a real one. You got to understand, this dude was not a nobody, but a regular person. So he gains his TikTok following, he gains the Instagram. He's going viral all over the place. He could change a restaurant's business. So that right there's the good part. Yeah. Bad part is he wants to be treated like a regular person. He seems to be kind, and you know, he realizes he has a lot of power. What people don't realize, whether you are a rapper, whether you are something, this is somebody who does food reviews. Now, mind you, he is helping people. But I'm talking about where you know, what you do. And again, I'm not judging, you know, him doing, he had said he's done very, you know, a lot of good for the communities and many states across the United States of America. When you get some fame, whether you want to admit it or not, you get addicted to the attention. You like the fact that there may be some haters out there, but when you have a lot of people showing love, there's nothing like that. That feeling is like something else, right? At the same time, if you've never been famous before, or you've never been relevant, and I feel like I've been relevant in 3 or 4 different decades, right? I was relevant in the 90s, in the 2000s, the 2010s, now I'm relevant in the 2020s. If you've never been relevant, you don't understand that, like, you can be forgotten very fast, right? Rappers can be forgotten who have a hit song. You're reviewing food. You got to chill the fuck out, bro. Right? You a young dude, you married, you are you do, again, you check off the boxes. You're very respectful to your wife. You are respectful to God. You help people out, certain things. But the ego is starting to get to, you know, and I think that he doesn't realize it because he'll address things, be like, listen, I don't have any hatred towards anybody. God is good, this, that, whatever, boom. When you start doing that, you bringing God in for no reason. Ryan Garcia is doing it, but again, I said this before, some people might be right and been saying this shit that's right all the whole time and been saying it for years. You just didn't like their tone. Keith Lee has a very smooth, soft tone. But lately it's been kind of, you know, people are starting to kind of like, I don't know, man, you know? So the reason why I'm bringing him up is he's at the BET Awards. He was invited. They sat him front row. He's become very popular in the social media community. And Taraji Henson was the host. So she came out there. She mentioned his name. She didn't know what he looked like. And Taraji's, I think, 52, maybe 53. Taraji mistaken him for this dude named Jordan the Stallion. Jordan is a really popular TikToker too and everything else. At the same time, you could have 15 million followers and a lot of people aren't going to know you. I know that sounds absolutely crazy. Like you could have 7 million followers and that 7 million are exactly who know you. Okay? 8 tops, right? I have 1.9 million followers and you think that 25, 30 million people know me. I talked to somebody from NBC and Universal and they did an analytic thing. They're like, yo, we would guarantee that probably 30 plus million people know you. So do you kind of get where I'm saying this, Jimmy, or no?
Definitely.
If you have 4 or 5 million followers, those 4 or 5 million followers are your core. Those who know you, right? And then you get somebody who's like Brad Pitt. He doesn't have social media. I guarantee 100 million people know who Brad Pitt is, if not a billion people.
For sure.
Right? And you get, there's talent, and then there's people who are talentless, and there might be a YouTuber or whatever. And I'm not taking a diss at it. I'm just stating the truth. I'm speaking the fact. So Taraji felt bad. She was flirting with them, joking around in front of his wife. People take it, say, oh my God, you did that in front of his wife. She doesn't know shit about this dude. Why the fuck should she? Denzel Washington didn't know who fucking Damon Idris was, and that dude was on a hit show, Snowfall. And Denzel didn't know who the fuck he was. And Denzel doesn't have social media. It's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, build something out there. And it's like, of course, with social, it's popular, but like, imagine if a lot of people's social media got cut off. Now, mind you, it'd be fucked up. But I'm always going to find a way to get to the bag. And I think you would too, right? Yep. There's people who actually would literally be, their lives would collapse.
For real.
They would literally collapse. Okay. So I think he's got addicted to the attention and she gave him a rose. And when she gave him the rose, she apologized because I'm sorry, I made a mistake, but whatever. She's got a million other things in her mind. She's hosting the BET Awards. So he went on his TikTok. He put a video of himself doing the rose and he threw it in the trash or threw it on the floor. And he put in the caption, me and my wife's name will be known in every single room that it needs to be known in. Now, he ended up getting a lot of hate for this. Like people came at him left and right. Then he made another video and said, listen, this had nothing to do with Taraji. We talked, we good, God is good. I have no hatred in my heart for her, this and that, whatever, when I did this. And he made up some excuse for whatever it was. Let's say he was even telling the truth. At the end of the day, he don't get that the fact that you are here today, you are gone tomorrow, you are forgotten tomorrow, okay? And whether or not, you know, again, he's somewhat young. Let me see, hold on. Now that this shit got me fucking tripping, hold on. So he's 27, bro. So think of how young that is, bro. He ain't even fucking lived enough life. 27, dog, I could be his dad. I could have had him at 24, right? So he did this, he made this video, and then he responded to it, whatever. But then I think, like, you don't get that. You get addicted to that attention. Keep doing the good work. Keep going out there. But I feel like this could give you a slight, you know, saying downhill shift in energy, man. And again, man, I think sometimes when you get these YouTubers or streamers who think they should be in a certain room because they have a certain amount of money or whatever, and they need to be treated a certain way, dog, the world ain't fair. It ain't, sorry. Robert De Niro, Brad Pitt, Keanu Reeves are going to get into a restaurant and be treated better than you are going to be treated if you have money or not. Am I talking out of my ass or am I being serious?
Nah, that's the truth.
Am I spitting facts or no?
No, that's the truth.
And that's just the way the world works. So you go somewhere and someone treats somebody. Look, there's people who love their family and they're gonna let fucking Mariah Carey sit in a better seat than their seat or chair than their daughter. You know what I'm saying? It's just the way the fucking world works at a certain point. So like, I just think that there's a weird battle between real celebrities and internet celebrities or talentless celebrities. I think Kim is taking it to a level that no one ever can. Look at that dude, Khaby Lame. You know, he was getting 100 million, 300 million views. He was the most followed guy on TikTok, and he's not anymore. And then just, you know, he was actually in Bad Boys 4. You know, he had a little cameo. I don't think people really recognized him anymore, cared. He was smart. But like, if you're just out there, you don't give a fuck, your life a year ago was, you were doing shit. 5 years ago, you were on a bus somewhere, and you are just grateful to be where the fuck you are, cool. But you see dude, you know, a year and a half ago, and he's dressed a certain way. And then you see him now he's got a sneaker wall. And then you go in his room, you see Bearbricks. I don't think people understand, dog. There was a point in time in 2005 and 2006, a percentage of why some people were wearing dunks was because me and the whole Nike Talk crew were out there putting it out there in the universe and made the dunks go crazy. You could go on eBay. This is a fact. In 2001, 2002, you could type in Nike dunk on eBay and less than 50 things will pop up. Bro, there might be hundreds of thousands of listings over the last 10, 15 years now, right? This was never a thing. Nobody fucking knew what a 1000% Bearbrick was in 2005, 2006, 2007, 2008, 2009. I've been collecting them since 2002, since Kaz dropped his first one. Now when I see people with Bearbricks, I'm like, dope, this is cool, you know? But it's like you see dudes who are having it now, they don't even realize why they do and they like it for whatever. They don't realize that shit spawned from me. And dog, don't say this as my friend or somebody that knows me. Do you know anybody else who was pushing Bearbrick culture to the earth, to the world, globally, more than I was 15 years ago?
No, like I told you, you remember I first heard about them through my ex, you know what I'm saying? She was in love with that stuff, but she never seen them in person or nothing. And I remember we went to your apartment, we went to your condo, and she went crazy seeing all them. And that's when I understood what it was. This was what, in 2009. You know, I never understood what they really were.
Okay, so now let's say in the last 5 to 10 years, is there anybody who's pushed it harder than I have?
Nah, you still the OG at it, bro. I ain't gonna lie, like that I know of.
Bro, Playboy Cardi want to do a music video.
I come to you to for information or tips. You know what I mean, on everything I get.
So I was just saying, man, look, dude, Keith Lee, man, calm down. You know, not everyone's gonna know you. You still young as hell.
Yeah.
I have faith, and I think that you got a lot of good people around you, and I think that you're going to invest your money wisely. I think you'll continue doing great work. You'll go to cities and do your thing. But that was a trip. And I think that, again, the new wave of, remember, television's starting to die out. So streaming is what it is, but movies are still here. So, you know, although you do serve a good purpose, it's different from being an actor, being an athlete, being whatever. And it's just, it's like, he wants to have... No, I'm just saying he wants treatment as if he was LeBron James.
And I would say, like, for everybody out there, but just know, like, everybody gets a time to shine. And don't let that shit get to your head, man. You know, do your thing, get your little money, do your thing, and make sure you take that money and do something else with it to keep it going. Because the worst thing is being a has-been or a used to. You don't want to be a used to.
And having nothing to follow up with it.
Sitting there arguing with children. If you was an actor, you were a singer, whatever,
you could always sing.
Yep.
If people ain't feeling your music no more, you still can create music. And you can still do dope shit, and you can still change. You know, you can still look, dog, New Edition's back on tour now. The Eagles been touring for 50 years. You know what I mean? Fucking Journey's been touring for fucking 40 years. So it's like, you could have fucking tours, old songs, whatever. Real quick, I wanted to go over the Forbes top 50 hip hop list. You saw the top 50 list, right?
Yeah.
By the way, let me shout out to Mr. Chime Time on TikTok. He's the other food reviewer. He happens to be black as well. He is fucking hilarious. He is totally different. He will just rip a motherfucker apart, and he's just hilarious. All right, so let's go over this list real quick, okay? So the Forbes did the top 50 rappers of all time, the most influential rappers of all time. Okay, Jimmy, I'm going to read this list off to you, and you tell me immediately who you think immediately needs to be taken off. Okay? Right. Number 1, Jay-Z. It's fair. Okay. Number 2, Kendrick Lamar. Number 3, Lil Wayne. Number 4, J. Cole.
I'm sorry. I don't want to cut you off real quick. These are, in numbers, the most influential people in hip-hop?
Yes. The most influential 50 people in hip-hop ever.
And by numbers. Okay.
Number 1 is Jay-Z. Number 2 is Kendrick Lamar. Number 3 is Lil Wayne. Number 4 is J. Cole. Number 5 is Tupac Shakur. Number 6 is Drake. Number 7 is Kanye West. Number 8 is Nicki Minaj. Number 9 is Nas. Let's just go on the list. Eminem, Andre 3000, Biggie Smalls, Missy Elliott, Chuck D, A$AP Rocky, Lil Kim, Tyler the Creator, Snoop Dogg, Ghostface Killah, Common, Rakim, Big Daddy Kane, DMX, 50 Cent, Ice Cube, NF Doom, Juice WRLD, Lauryn Hill, Dr. Dre, Queen Latifah, Mos Def, Busta Rhymes, Future, Childish Gambino, LL Cool J, MC Lyte, Rock Marciano, E40, Method Man, Bad Bunny, Lupe Fiasco, Prodigy, Melly Mel, Takeoff, MIA, Pusha T, Chief Keef, Cardi B, Young Thug, and Talib Kweli. All right. Who's the first name that needs to come the fuck off that list immediately?
Bad Bunny.
Okay. Let me go. Next. MIA.
Yeah, she was on there?
Bro, get MIA off the fucking list.
Yeah,
have you ever heard of Rock Marciano?
Nope.
He's on Griselda Records. Benny Blanco, West Side Gun.
I've heard of Griselda Records. I do.
Yeah, I heard of Griselda. They dope. I've never heard of Rock Marciano. Who else is on there that needs to be taken off? I'm gonna keep it a buck, even though he's my friend. Juice WRLD shouldn't be on that top 50, dog. I'm sorry, bro.
And you know, it's like, that's what I'm sitting there thinking. It's just like, not even just people taking off, but more like people that need to be replaced. Like, not taking nothing away from anybody that's on the list, but there are a lot of influential people that really throughout the years and generations have stayed influential, have come back being, you know, an influence to the culture, man. And it's crazy. Like Childish Gambino, I couldn't see him on there. You know what I mean? I'd rather see someone like, dude, they put Cameron on there? You know what I mean? Like the whole Dipset, Jim Jones.
Cameron's not on there. I'll put Cameron on before now, the thing is, I've never been a fan of Childish Gambino. And to tell you the truth, Mr. and Mrs. Smith was a movie I loved. He did that with some fucking dusty-ass Asian chick, and I was like, well, this shit is horrible. I can't watch this because of her. That off top. I don't give a fuck how good her thespian skills is. She looks 75 years old, and she's supposed to be 31. Yeah, but his rapping skills, I've never loved his. He had that one Redbone song, and it was dope. The Stay Woke. Yeah. And he's talented, but
very talented.
Yeah, he won Grammys. He won BT. Nah, Doc. Nah, bro. Cameron gonna be definitely up there before him. People are probably hating on Tyler the Creator, but
no,
I don't think people understand what this dude really is doing. Influential, dear God. Tyler has changed. I think he's even created a genre.
Tyler, and the crazy thing, like Tyler came in during a time where it wasn't even, what he was doing was even unheard of. So that was the crazy thing about it. So that's why
he was hated on constantly.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just wanted to make sure we were aligned on a couple of these things that were just absolutely fucking crazy.
Dipset, like nobody in Dipset. That's so crazy. Yeah. You know what I mean? And I would even say, like, when they say Takeoff, why aren't they saying the Migos? You know, like, why are they just saying Takeoff? You know?
Yeah,
like,
they should just put the Migos on there. Yeah, they should have just put NWA on there if they were gonna do whatever. But
exactly.
Yeah, man, it's just something I wanted to go over, bro.
Wow.
As we wrap this show up, yeah, it's fucking crazy, guys. For those of you who are still here, next week's episode is fan questions. Fan questions, guys. Okay, make sure you email coldasigcepod@gmail.com. Submit a question. Me and Jimmy are going to answer it live on next week's episode. Yes, coldasigcepod@gmail.com. Jimmy, is there anything else you want to add?
Oh man, you know, no, not really, man. You know, not really. I can't wait to bring our next guest, and I can't wait to keep killing it.
Yeah, we got to bring the next guest on. We got to start bringing way more guests. We got to get this shit back on track.
I'm going to Cabo this weekend, but I promise you I'm not going to lose my phone, and I'm not going to misplace myself, you know. I'm going.
Bring the motherfucking camera and the goddamn microphone and everything, bro.
Don't worry. You know what I mean? I ain't going to be surrounded by a bunch of eye candy and get lost. I'll promise you.
Anyways, guys, listen, man, that's it for the show. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you tell a friend to tell a friend. It's Ben Baller, JimmyBoi, Cold as Ice. We signing off. Love y'all.
Yup.
This lifestyle we live, man, it's cold as ice. We took a chance to fall, now we set the price. This lifestyle we live, man, it's cold as ice. took a chance, the ball, now we setting the price, let's get it.